This is Adam Gorney, Rivals.com, here with the National Signing Day coverage, continuing with the college football playoff coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. That must feel pretty good to hear after year one. Kurt, when did you get the sense that you were really rolling last season? You crush FIU in Western Illinois. Okay, you go to UCLA and put up a big number. When did you really get a sense that things were going in the right direction?
Well, I felt good about the roster we put together last December, and I knew we had a chance. But probably when we came back from UCLA, a lot of things clicked in that game. The quarterback played really well on offense. I thought defensively, too. There were some penalties in the second half that were, I don't know. But a pretty dominant win on the road, and, we started selling out every game after that. The fan support was unbelievable, and we just kept building on our successes.
You said, I think, an interesting comment you made, that within 10 to 15 minutes of getting to Bloomington, and I want to use this quote right, the hopelessness and despair permeating the program. I thought that was an interesting comment. Did you feel like when you said, that night, I believe that, the Purdue sucks thing and everyone has laughed about the Michigan and Ohio State sucks, and we can debate that certainly. But did you feel like you just needed to get a spark going there,
Absolutely. And I had to find out if the fan base was dead or just on life support. And it was like two universes colliding, mine and our staff who, we had won championships 5 straight years and this one here. And I wasn't going to lower our expectations. I had to create some excitement and a standard and expectation level. And, we weren't going to stop at Purdue. We want to be the best. So, I was out there on a limb for sure with some of my comments. There's no doubt about it. But I think the team fed off it some too. And, we got some things done here that have never been done before. It's good start.
After so much not having success and then going to the playoff and doing what you did in year one, and, game day is there and the fans are packed in. It might sound ridiculous, but how do you fight complacency going to year two? Is this spring really kind of cracking the whip time to really get it going and to make sure that the kids just don't feel like, hey, we've made it now?
Well, every year you start over and you got a new team, new faces. I don't think anybody has a very good taste in their mouth the way we ended the season against Notre Dame up there in the first round. I mean, we weren't happy with the way we played. And that's the silver lining in that game is the sour taste that left in your mouth heading into next year. So, this is a team with high expectations, and, we're not looking to repeat what we did last year. We're looking to get better.
And I have to ask about it, the famous quote. It's pretty simple. I win, Google me. And that was definitely after like 15 questions of being asked how you could possibly win at Indiana. It's not, it wasn't exactly the smug thing that just came out of your mouth the first thing you said. Not to get too philosophical, but do you have to teach winning? Like, do you have to teach kids how to win football games?
Well, I think what you do is you build a program, a championship level football program with high standards, expectations, and then you got to develop the culture, the mindset, and the identity of the team. And then part of coaching it is, pulling them through those close games during the season. So collectively, yeah, you do teach your team to win, right? But you got to develop them too, and you got to have the right people on the bus, coaches and players. So I guess the simple answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. What's the right mix, do you think, between high school recruiting, building it from, kids coming in at 18 years old, and now this opportunity to really flip a roster and bring in guys? You had success year one in portal. You go back to the portal for a quarterback in year two with high school guys. How do you kind of find that right mix for like what we've talked about, team chemistry, understanding what the program and culture are about, both high school and portal?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think the right mix is relative to wherever you are at that particular time and what your set of circumstances are. Like in ours, when I came here day one, we had 10 offensive starters in the transfer portal. We only had 3 returners on defense, and 2 of them were in the portal. We were down to 40 scholarships within 5 days.
Yeah.
So we had to go heavy portal. because we had to go heavy portal last year, a lot of those are 1-year guys. We got to go pretty heavy portal again this year, right? Because you got to build the best team you can for 25. And so when you look at our roster by class, we're heavy senior in 25 and heavy freshman. We're still light in junior and sophomore. So it'll take a couple of years for us to wean down from that. But there's a certain kind of guy we look for, I look for. I've been doing this a long time. This will be year 43. I made my mistakes at a young age as a recruiting coordinator and a coach. And, I feel confident that we recruited our kind of guy here. And now we have to develop them day in, day out to be what we want them to be.
What has been the response from players? And you've had junior days and guys coming in and even portal guys. It seems like there's a lot more interest. And part of Indiana's struggles over the years is that they couldn't get elite guys there to play and then develop them and those kinds of things. What kind of spark have you seen, not only from the fans, but players, high school coaches, and guys that are not just coming in there as like a second or third option, but I want to come play at Indiana, and for you?
Well, winning opens doors, and everybody that follows it kind of witnessed what went on here last season, the excitement surrounding the program and the success. So, we found ourselves in a position where we were beating some of the blue bloods on key guys this year in some important battles, particularly in the portal, which it is what it is. They still have to produce between the white lines and develop, right? But we definitely have a stronger looking athlete walking through our door when we have these junior days and recruiting functions.
Great. That is Indiana coach, Curtis Cignetti. Kurt, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Adam.